Well, howdy, 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 Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. It is 7:19 a.m. on Friday, the 31st of August. Yes, indeed, almost the end of August. And in my hand, I have a Dr. Snurf, our Cookie, as he's also known, of the hamster band, Cookies and Cream. They like to walk on the back of my hand. I'm not quite sure why. As you saw, he desperately was trying to climb onto the back of my hand so he could walk around, which is okay. He's a sweetheart. He's just confused and frightened. He's been off in his own little cage for a while, so I'm having to grab him to keep him from jumping. You want to be very, very careful. Grabbing them around their hips, and so they strain, can kill them. If you see them straining ever because of their hips, stop them from doing that, please. They can, with that pressure, have a rectal prolapse, which will kill them. The pressure literally forces their large intestine out through their backsides, and that kills them, because you can't survive that when you've got an inch, half inch of your lower intestine dragging around behind you. You die. So if you ever see them straining, do what you can to help them and make it so that they don't have to do that. So he's a good little guy. He's running around in his cage now. He's absolutely wonderful. All my other hammies are still good. Mama Squeak does not do much. I mostly just see her wander over to her water bottle and she drinks water, or she gets up out of her nest and looks for food, but primarily she's inside of her nest, just in the corner of her cage, and she stays there, just being a hamster, just sleeping and waking up and eating and doing hamster stuff. She's old, so she's doing good so far, and that's good. I'm going to be very sad when she dies. She's lasted a very long time, and she's had a lot of really, really good babies. But the inexorable march of time. And then, of course, Charvy, he's still good. He's running around like a crazed beast. He runs at his wheel. He's getting older. He's getting older, too. He doesn't run as much, but he's still active and zooming all around his cage. His fur is mostly gone. I mean, he's just scruffy. His fur, it grows back, it's thin, and then it falls out. So whatever fur he has is really, really short, and then it grows in areas, and then he just looks so sad, but it's not affecting him at all. He's super active. He's not just sitting and it's not hurting him. He's zooming all over and doing all sorts of stuff. He's really active. And whenever he sees me, he just zooms over to the side of the cage and is not like, I want to get out, I want to get out. But he comes up to the edge and puts a foot up and like looks up at me. And then like will reach up with just a foot like that. And so I'll just reach in and he'll sniff my fingers and I put my hand in far enough and he just climbs into my hand. He wants human activity. He wants to be picked up. He wants to go out and see things. So he's super active, and it's really, really good. It's just, I wish I knew why his fur was falling out. Could be age, could be anything. But I wash my hands with alcohol after handling him, because if it is a fungus, if it is something, I don't want to pass it on. So... but he's super good, and he's really active, and it's a good thing. And then, of course, you just saw Cookie, and the day before, I've had little Saber/Cream up here, and she's an absolute sweetheart. It's a good thing, definitely. I might, depending on how much money I have, and how much they cost, excuse me, I washed down my meds, and then started recording, so my tummy is kind of upset. My stomach's always upset. I've had to deal with that most of my life. So it's joyous. But I might end up with another hamster. I always look for free and rescue first, because you want to adopt instead of buy from especially a mill. But here in Shelton and the places I've been able to get to in Olympia while going off on other appointments, there hasn't been anything available. It's sad. But that's life. And I did go off to my therapy appointment yesterday. Last night, while I had some minor depression and minor issues while trying to go to bed, it was nothing as bad as it has been these past building up weeks. The way he said to look at this, and you have to, it's changing the way you look at things instead of changing things you can't change. And that's the essence of humanity, is trying to get your story up here, the camera in your head on a track that you can continue onward and go, this is the viewpoint of life that I can live with. But with this depression and stuff coming on at nighttime, he said, don't look at it as just horrific stuff happening. Take a look at it this way. Your system has largely been in shock and not working for 4 years. And I explained how, yes, and when my wife first died, I drank for 4 months that I would not feel. And my system has been in shock. But I've been waking up this past year. He said to take a look and think of this as my system, my subconscious, my entire psyche is now stress testing the system. I've been putting myself back together. I've been getting ready to feel things again. I've come out of the castle, the high tower, and I've been putting things back together, my broken down castle after the death of my wife. I've been fixing things up, and we're stress testing the system to see if I can feel now. So the viewpoint of it's just the dam is being repaired and we're testing the sluices now to see how things work. They've been shut tight for 4 years and now we're letting the feelings out and through. And so it's just stress testing on the way to normal feeling again. And after talking with him about that, yesterday was not so bad. Looking at it that way, as stress testing the system to getting back to normal, that's a good way to look at it. And once I looked at it that way, a lot of the pressure of that fell off. A very good thing. We talked about a lot, but with my brain the way it works, of course, I'm not going to be able to remember a large portion of it. And a large portion of it, when I do remember it, it's going to be at random and later on. But it's largely, I sort of do what I do there like I do here. I just talk at random about things and things that I want to mention to him because it's, I can't remember if I mentioned this yesterday, but I'm going to talk about this today. And if I talked about it yesterday, again, my apologies, fibromyalgia, widower brain, and more. But I had said I finally figured out why I have been reading zombie fiction for so much. Because about a year before my wife died, I just started reading zombie fiction. And in the 4 years since she's been gone, it has been 99.9% zombie fiction. Only in the past year have I been starting to branch out again and read non-zombie stuff. But it was like yesterday or the day before that I'd had a revelation and I understood why I was reading all this zombie fiction. Because for the main characters in a zombie apocalypse book, the world is over. Everything is gone. Everything has changed. The world you have known is over. But the world is still standing. It's gone. But all the buildings are still standing. All of the parts of life are still standing. It's just, it's all over with no hopes. And when I realized that that was the way I saw my life, it was like, holy smokes, that's exactly why I've been reading zombie fiction. I've basically had the zombie apocalypse go on in my life, and it took away the only person So yeah, it's been fun. Revelations going on inside of my head and understanding things and continuing to put myself back together. Which is another thing. I think it's kind of funny. There's a path to progression that a lot of YouTube channels make. People start off doing all sorts of things, and then they branch out and they do other stuff and they start getting popular, but then things plateau and things start to go downhill a bit. And then to branch out and make sure that people are staying relevant, they start doing things like talking about what's going on in their life and how things are breaking down. And as the time goes on, you know, they're doing the more videos where they sigh and the vocal fry as they talk, and that's the way their channels end up. And it's like, mine has been the exact opposite. The exact opposite. I started my channel because I was broken, because everything that's gone on in my life, from the physical and sexual abuse as a child, and then becoming an alcoholic at less than 10 years old to deal with that. So by the time I was even in high school, I'd been drinking for over 10 years. So that was fun like that. But, oh, try to remember what I'm talking about. I am so sorry. It's gone. It is gone. Oh my God, this was something I'd wanted to talk about, and now it was like, I've mentioned this before. I've mentioned this before, where it feels like someone reaches into my head and grabs just a handful of memories, like the stuff I'm talking about. And then it hurts when I can feel it just going, oh, because the little tentacle's still hanging on inside of my head, and then, and the memory's gone. And that just happened right now with what I was talking with you about. I have no ideas, and it's pissing me off because I really wanted to talk about it too. And it was going to take time, and I have nothing but a painful blank spot inside of my head. I am so sorry. That is so irritating. Let's see if I can talk about something else then. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly, that really does hurt. Well, I don't just want to fixate on the things that are going wrong, because there's more to life than things that are going wrong. On the whole, things are actually feeling pretty good. There's a lot of bad stuff, of course. I've got to continue trying to figure out what's going on with the debt that I owe and how I can pay that without losing my home. But at the same time, I'm feeling pretty positive about things, and that's a good thing. Any bad and horrible stuff is all just right now. And things that are bad right now aren't going to be bad in 6 months. Or if they are, they might not be bad in a year. Or if they are, might not be bad in 5 years. You got to take a satellite view. You may be in a bad part of a forest that may last a year or more. But if you keep the satellite view, instead of going, gosh, I'm stuck in this dark forest, I'm going to be here forever, and I might as well just kill myself now because it's awful and it's never going to change. With a more satellite view, you can go, oh, okay, it's going to be bad for another year, but if I keep pushing through this, I'm going to come out into a clearing, an open spot, and things will get better. It's just going to be bad for a year. It's very difficult to manage to do that, because when you are not thinking clearly, when you're in a dark, deep forest, it is really hard to see clearly and think clearly, because you can't think clearly when your head's not working right. Unfortunate, but true. I have something in my eye and it hurts. Ow. And I took a shower this morning. I am tired and physically exhausted, and I have to walk to the post office and carry a package back, so hopefully it's not too heavy. So definitely a thumbs up. I might as well say this one because I've been trying to do this. I have a game channel if you want to check that out. If you like watching older people play video games, it's an entire video game channel. I try to do at least one video per day on that channel. So yeah, I try to do 4+ videos daily. Oh yeah, I was talking about how other people's channels go. I did mine to bring myself together, so mine's been the opposite. I've gone from broken to coming up, and now I've got all these plans of how to expand and do things more. I've gone the exact opposite direction of most channels, quote unquote, so I started at the end and I'm working my way toward the beginning. Just call me Merlin. I've opened up 24 hours. If you get that reference, awesome. And if you do get the reference, let me know down in the comments that you do fully understand what that reference means. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab, which is very, very cool. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. It is arranged because, as you saw, I forget stuff at the drop of a hat. So it's, you know, I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, but with my brain, who knows if I actually hit 25. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're not good at pronouncing things, but I'm better than most. And I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. But for right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good comment, bad comment, and different comment. Thank you for having left a comment. Oh yeah, people have been saying things like, in comments, like, so you're a racist then? And you agree with the racist part? Because, like, what happened? There's a Hobson video that people are saying, so you agree with the racist part? If people think I'm agreeing with racism, then you're misinterpreting what I said, or I badly misinterpreted what I heard. I'm like the anti-racist. I hate injustice of all kinds. So I don't know what's going on in that particular video that's twigged people. I gotta go and watch that, if it even is anything. But let me call up my Chrome. And we have Hi Stranger, thank you very, very much. And Siza, thank you very, very much. Snelson, 5871, greatly appreciated. Marvoosh, thumbs up and thank you. Cringe Overlord, thank you very, very much. And God King Alexander, thumbs up and thank you. Saddam Hussein, who fills in the category of unpleasant commenter. Diamante Dia, thank you very, very much. Oilerator, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, thank you very, very much. Marco Rosa, another unpleasant individual. What should my name be? Whatever you feel. I think, personally. It's a boy. It's yo boy, Sky. Thumbs up and thank you. And Kathy Kiss Cat, greatly appreciate. Good to see you in the comments. And the Predator 1110, thumbs up and thank you. Alondra, thank you very, very much. Grasson Nasa, I sure hope I was close, but I bet I wasn't. YJCHA9548, thumbs up and thank you. Roach Gaming, thumbs up and thank you very, very much. And Jenny Moody, thumbs up. And Kremelbot, and then a bunch of Cyrillic characters. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Ankit Singh, greatly appreciated. DHRUVCHAUHAN, I am Drew. I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. Robin Billions, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Tundra Keeper, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. And if you haven't, Tundra Keeper's got a SoundCloud. Go check out his stuff. He makes good music. Very, very good thing. Hopefully I got a link here or there, or maybe, hopefully, no guarantees. Hopefully I do. To check out his SoundCloud though. If you have to search it out on your own, that works too. And if you can check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. I would understand if you don't want to. I am a niche entertainer. I'm not for everybody. I'm just an old guy trying to put himself back together. So I understand if you don't want to subscribe. But if you are down with it, I will do my very, very best to keep you entertained from now until, well, the day I kick off and start to rot. Hopefully I'm going to live stream on my deathbed if I don't just like die of a heart attack while out walking. So who knows? Definitely a thumbs up. I'm going to hopefully have a reaction video, hopefully a game video, hopefully a game video for my... Well, I do have a game video for my game channel already. I had one from last night and it was a two-parter, so I do have this to part 2 today. Definitely a thumbs up. Hopefully I'm going to live stream. I finally figured out OBS so I can live stream at least some PC games. Definitely a good thing. I've tried to use other programs and everything just crashes and burns. I'm going to try and use Shadow Play from NVIDIA for my recording now instead of Bandicam. Anyway, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Have the best day you can.